Hello everyone, welcome to your new moon in Leo, August 2019 reading. Today is the actual new moon in Leo. It is July 31st, right? And so this reading will really take us through the energy for the next 2 weeks. So this reading's for everyone. Definitely combine it with your other psychic forecast readings of your elements of your rising, moon, and sun signs. So I kind of like this structure, so I'm going to probably just continue to keep up with doing new moon readings, full moon readings, and psychic forecasting for the month, depending on your element sign. So on the 15th, I'm doing a full moon live reading on YouTube where I'm doing mediumship and I'm doing psychic readings live for whoever subscribes to the newsletter and lets me know that they are interested in coming. It is going to be at 7 p.m. on the full moon, August 15th, Eastern time, okay? So for those of you who can't make it, that's okay. Still subscribe to the newsletter because I will be doing more of those at different times. But I do want to say, doing the readings actually on the day of the moon is feeling like a very powerful way of getting through messages. I just feel like a deep connection is happening there, and it's a great cycle in order for us to tap in like every 2 weeks, that kind of thing. Okay, so this is your oracle reading. I'm just taking 1 minute to connect here. 1 minute. Okay. Okay. So I want to say what an exciting time this is right now. I'm so excited that I just feel like I can't possibly do all the things that I want to do today. I want to accomplish a million things today. I have all of these grand ideas. They are all wonderful ideas. They are all making you feel very much alive, okay? So we're going through this period of time where it's such a rebirth moment for us. And it's like we're happy to be here. So I feel that you have been able to find the joy in these periods of time, and this period of time in particular. I want to say today and the last couple of days, but you'll definitely find lots of pride within yourself, and that is something that Leo brings in, and that confidence that brings in for all of us, and that childlike pride that we all have had experienced in our lives, where we've created something and we were so proud and not self-conscious, but self-confident. That's what we're trying to culminate here. That's what we're trying to tap into. This is such an amazing time because I really want to say that it feels like there's been such a completion. It's like you've come to the point in the climb where you could see far and wide now. You really know where it is and who it is you want to be and who it is you are, but who it is, what are the things that you really want to be doing? Where I want to say that was more foggy 2 weeks ago about what do I want to be doing? Where am I going? What am I doing? That's coming into a sharper focus now, and it feels very inspiring. So it does feel like this completion of that journey that you had been on for about a month, of just feeling like juggling and a little bit more lost and foggy. But what was actually happening is a lot of information was being downloaded at night in your sleep, in their quiet times. A lot of stuff was coming through for you. And now it's like you've had those revelations. And just like some of them are very simple. For some of you, it's like, oh, I need to go to the beach with my friends. I'm doing that. I'm booking this vacation like last minute because like summer's almost over and I need to go. Because that, again, that's going to bring you more clarity and more inspiration into your life. But for most of us, it has a lot to do with career and life purpose. And I do feel like such an artsy vibe coming through and such an creative energy coming through for the people who are viewing this, that it's like, you know, you've always known that you've had that to share with the world, but now it's like you finally realize the avenue. Like you're on uploading images for prints. You're going to be selling your prints, or you found really specific ways to actually get yourself into the world as an artist now versus kind of feeling at a loss. Okay, so even though you might be, you just had that idea, take this as your affirmation, as your sign that that's a good idea to do. Some of you are like just needing to adorn yourself a little bit more and give yourself permission to spend the money on the haircut or buy that like little piece of jewelry that you like that's kind of a little bit like expensive. That there's that thing about like treating yourself that's coming up. So I think for a lot of you that's about vacation, and even if you need to plan it now for the fall, like you have to go through with that because that's, you know, you need the rest. And this is the perfect time because it's like the lion energy is both this aggressor and this has no problem taking hours upon hours of rest. So that's what we have to like integrate into our life and our being and our way of being for the month of August, but especially in the next 2 weeks. And you really want to be the one who is pinpointing your target and going after it. I know that I had that for fire signs especially, but I feel that that is what Leo is bringing for all of us. Like when it is time to move, you'll know it, you'll see the prey, and you have to go after it. Okay. And like for some of you, that's buying a house, and that's looking at these spaces that you love. When it's time, you have to go like full force ahead and not waver. You have to go straight with your gut about, you know, that apartment, that house, that job. But I'm really feeling like this movement and this like looking for housing and looking for redecorating and stuff. So it's like when you see the piece that you like, just get it, because you don't want to regret that it's not going to be there in 2 weeks' time. That kind of a thing. We're also like experiencing that change, but it's from lower to higher, higher to lower. It has something to do with bringing that spiritual element into your very practical ways, into your daily life in very practical ways. Okay? I also have to even just tell people like to be kind. It's so easy to go about your days and like be a spiritual seeker, but then when you're out in public, it's just hard to be kind to strangers. But this is a practice that you are being asked to kind of bring into your life a little bit more. Again, it's like this childlike thing, and that's part of the archetype of the inner child. And the change that's happening here for a lot of us is like we're hooking up with other people to make our dreams work. and have our dreams come into the world, because we have to bring them into form. That is what a lot of us are being called to do right now with all this creative energy and this fire energy. It's igniting, and by September, there's got to be something tangible there. We know we have to bring it into form, but you don't have to do it all alone, and you can't do it all alone. So I feel like there's another woman, there's a group of women, and it may take some time to create this group or find this group around you, but know that they're coming to you. And it does feel like a feminine group. So even if it's not just women, it's a feminine, people who are in touch with their femininity and the feminine side of being flexible, strong, intuitive, creators. Providers. These are the people that you're drawing in. You need them and they need you. So as you're making these plans, it feels like a lot of weight on your shoulders, but just know that that gets alleviated by others who that you are creating, are calling into your soul group. And this is like consultations, like people, other women who, even if you hire them as like life coach, psychic, medium, whatever it is, it's like you're finding your women or your feminine helpers in your life. But I see them also as friends, and I see them as co-workers, because we have so many like entrepreneurs who are watching this, or you have ideas for your own business. It's like you're finding ways to work together and elevate each other. And that's a feminine way about doing business now, that shift is happening all over the world in the universe. And this new moon is like a lioness, you know what I mean? Like, this is not like just the male lion. This is also the female lion who's coming through. Because I also want to say, like, the mother archetype is coming through, and that's the creator. That's the one who takes from spirit, the soul from spirit, and brings it through to the earthly plane. So it's the medium, the connector, right? So femininity in general is that connector, that medium, okay, helping you bring it into form. So there's just such a call for femininity, and this is a big shift that's happening, and this will continue to happen for years, where the femininity is coming back into balance with divine masculinity. So we're seeing that shift happen. We're seeing it in the outside world happen. And it looks like kind of a mess, to be honest with you, for now. But the light is winning, and the light has won. And the light always wins, really. And it looks like a mess, but just look at it as the light is casting light into those dark spaces. And it looks ugly. And some of you need permission to take a break from looking into the outside world and take a little bit of a break from the news, because you will find your way about how you are going to be the help that you need to see in the world, the change you need to see in the world. You need some rest period. You need that collaborative time with the other women. You need that dream time, that away time. You know, I see you like going into your little group, your smaller community, before you bring things to the bigger community, and yourself before you bring it into form. And that's something like within the next 2 weeks under this new moon, you're going to have a lot of ideas about how to do that. So it's a beautiful time. Just give yourself more permission to take the rest when you need it, because it's such an active time, and your mind is going to be so active, and you're also being called to be this paradox, as always, the aggressor and the one who rests. But when you look at children, or when you look at lions and the way that they conduct themselves throughout the day, a lot of it is downtime or playtime. and there's only a short amount of time that's work. And so the more you can adapt that kind of mentality, the more you're going to feel in flow with the universe, in flow with this moon cycle, in flow with others around you, because this is a time to get along with others and be kind and collaborative, not competitive. So your friend's success is your success, and vice versa. So I have to say that. So it's going to be a really beautiful 2 weeks and such a huge change from how you may have been feeling around the time of the eclipses in the beginning of July and the middle of July. So I just want to thank you so much for watching this, and like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, if any of this resonates with you. Also, subscribe to my newsletter so that you can come to the live readings. Probably going to be sending the private links for those, so I will need your email subscription to send private links, because I like to do more of a private little community for those. What else? Let me know if you would like a private reading with me, mediumship or psychic. You can contact me through my website. And also, the next live reading is going to be August 15th on the full moon. So that will take us into the next half of August, the general moon reading for everyone in all signs. Be sure to check out the other readings on your elements: air, fire, earth, water. And let me know what you think about those. I'd love to hear your comments about whatever resonates for you, and I hope to hear from you soon. Hope you have a wonderful new moon experience. Namaste.